face mask, and it's still a live ball for the moment in the end zone, and finally touched the back line. Touchback, and Ohio State will come out to the 20. And first play, Dan Herron. First of what may be many carries. He carries it forward for a yard and a half.
Is the guy on the offense for the Buckeyes. 3 straight games over 100 yards.
Again, turning to the ground. There is a two-back set. Jordan Hall is there, and he motions out of the backfield. Miller over the middle, incomplete. Caught, bobble, and finally incomplete. Stoneburner got his hands on it, but he wasn't the intended receiver.
That creates another possession for the offense.
Ben Buchanan, one of the best punters in the country. He's a Ray Guy Award candidate. And this one gets caught up in the wind. Waynell Gravesandy takes it at the 41. No return for Gravesandy and Purdue after a 34-yard punt. In August, he was the third-string quarterback. Then Rob Henry went down with a season-ending injury, and Robert Marve got banged up as well. Toss sweep on the very first play of the game, and this is a big gain for Purdue. All the way into Ohio State territory goes Ralph Bolden, a pickup of 19.
They try to pick up a couple of extra yards on contact.
Justin Siller in at quarterback, zone read for the wide receiver, and he takes it forward to the 31-yard line, brought down by Adrian Sabino.
So we'll see a number of those guys throughout the afternoon.
Purdue rotates a lot of different guys in, and this is the first carry of the game for Jared Crank, the fullback, who takes it for a first down. 4 wide here for Turbush, who swings it out to Gary Bush. Bush near the first down, pushed out of bounds by Bradley Roby. Pickup of 6. Purdue is in a hurry up. They want to keep this opening drive going. Out of the eye. Bolden again, and he gets popped at the line of scrimmage but bounces it. Bolden met up by Travis Howard, who stood up before some help could get there. Akeem Shavers is now in the backfield for Purdue. Boy, they're staying fresh on this opening drive. Turbush out to Bush for the second time, and he gets the perimeter, down the sideline, and forced out of bounds. Hustling play. Turbush operating out of the shotgun. They've had to reman their offensive line. Nick Mondek is now starting up front. Pass incomplete in the end zone. They lost Peters dry to a back injury.
Good feel on the offensive side of the ball that they can move it up and down the field.
8th play of the drive. Turbush keeps it. Turbush stood up, and he's brought down by Bradley Roby and C.J. Barnett. A pickup of 3. That's Big John Simon at the end. Running back is Shavers. That's Edison in motion. To throw on 3rd down to the end zone. Batted away. Great play in the secondary by Bradley Roby. He was all over. And Tavian Edison. Strong leg Carson Wiggs on to attempt a 19-yard field goal for Purdue. He bounced an extra point against Penn State, but this one fits through. And Wiggs has Purdue Hall and Hyde back to return for Ohio State after the Carson Wiggs field goal. It was just a chip shot for Wiggs, and Hall backed up 8 yards deep, takes a knee. So it's second possession for Braxton Miller in the Ohio State offense.
Hold up and everything, but you generally don't see it during the game. A lot of coaches will take it off. Obviously, they can't use it once the kick comes off.
Herron swallowed up in the backfield. Great penetration by middle linebacker Dwayne Beckford. So 2nd and 12 now for Miller in Ohio State. And they're going to go to the option. Miller cuts it back, and he is brought down after a gain of maybe 1 by Joe Holland. And in some passing downs last week, they ran a quarterback draw to great success. Pressured now, Miller escapes the pressure and tries to run this one forward. Ohio State will have to punt it away again. Second straight 3 and out for Ohio State. Purdue came into this game dead last in the Big Ten in 3 and outs. Buchanan, a low kick, and Gravesandy takes a fair catch. This time he got taken out by one of his own guys. It hasn't touched the Purdue player yet.
Either one, hopefully one of the guys that was causing the black eye.
Turbush swings it outside to Gravesandy, who takes it almost to the 40. So 2nd and short here. Tyler Moeller on the field as a nickel back for Ohio State. And they tried to find the edge that time and couldn't at the outset. Turbush checks with the sideline. Purdue will use a timeout here. And now Akeem Shavers is the running back as Purdue looks to pick up 1 yard to keep the drive alive. Shavers to the edge, and he got it. scrambling forward. Andrew Sweat able to trip him up. Could that be an issue that they used the timeout in the first quarter like that?
But they just wanted to make sure they had the right play dialed up, and Akeem Shavers was able to get the first down.
Shavers into the heart of that Ohio State defense, which is its front four, and Garrett Goebel, once they cross the 40. I know that crazy to think, but he's got a great leg, and the wind would be at his back. Ross over the middle, and he takes it inside the 25. O.J. Ross.
And run forward to pick up some extra yards.
Turbush 4 of 6 through the air, and he goes that way again. This is Edison, and Edison has it right at the marker. The spot will be just shy of it, I believe. Now out of the eye with Crank, the fullback. Play action. Turbush looking for the end zone. Incomplete. Coverage down there by Howard. Purdue has hit on 50% of their short third downs, and this 3rd and 1, they get a flag. Remember, they converted a 3rd and 1 a moment ago with Shavers.
Ball start. Offense. Number 63. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
James Shepard has moved into the starting left guard spot for Peters Dry, who's out with a back injury.
There's Shepard right there. We talked about him being a little bit new into the lineup, getting his 2nd start. Just a little bit anxious to get out of his stance. Puts Purdue in a difficult situation. They had 3rd and short, had a lot of opportunities on what type of plays you can call. Now you're pretty much have to dial up some type of pass play, and you know that the Buckeyes are going to be expecting it.
3rd and 6 for Turbush. Rolls out all day. Turbush now throws complete. 1st down inside the 10 to Gary Bush. On the ground, Shavers shakes and gets inside the 5 before he's hit by Christian Bryant. A pickup of 5. It will be 2nd and goal from just outside the 4. 2nd and goal. On the ground again to the end zone, and touchdown Shavers. Wiggs pops it through. And a blowout of Minnesota here at home. This is Hall, gets a chance to bring one out for the first time today. He hurdles a man and carries it past the 20. Extra action after the play. Thanks, Lisa. It is a front 4 that is a bit thin for Purdue, and Herron, trying to take advantage of it, carries it straight ahead. They only have 3 guys on the interior to rotate through. Herron tripped up in the backfield. Great play by Gerald Gooden. 3rd down for Ohio State. Play clock at 7. Miller out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. Gets the play off. 3-man rush. Miller trying to dance, and he is brought down by Big Cowan Short. This is a much better punt from Buchanan. Graves Sandy takes it at the 35-yard line. Off the 3rd Ohio State punt, Ralph Bolden is the tailback. Set up the inside screen. Edison takes it to the 40. A pickup of 5 on 1st down. Storm Klein.
A little bit more up-tempo than they've showed in the past, and so these guys haven't been as aggressive because they're not quite sure what personnel grouping is coming out on the field, and in turn they're not getting set quick enough and not firing off the football.
Turbush wants to run a quarterback draw. Got bumped at the line of scrimmage.
Through this first quarter of the football game, you're seeing inspired Purdue defense being able to come out and get a few stops on the Buckeyes. In turn, that's what's got Purdue in control of the ball game.
Out to the edge again on the swing pass to Bolden. 3rd down for Turbush and the Boilermakers. He's finally pressured, will roll and try to dump it. Dangerous and incomplete.
They got to get a big return by Jordan Hall or a big punt when they're on offense to try to turn the field position.
Not a pretty kick at all off the foot of Cody Webster. Miller only threw for 55 yards last week, and that one is incomplete. A bullet looking for Evan Spencer.
He's got to step up. They got to find ways to isolate him in the open field and get the ball in his hands.
Miller escapes pressure from Gooden, steps up, lets it go on the run. Caught. Herron has it for an Ohio State 1st down. First completion of the game for the Buckeyes, goes for 19. So into Purdue territory for the first time. Play action. They want to throw it again. And Miller almost stumbled over his own feet. Now he gets him set and will take off. Braxton Miller finally forced out of bounds into the Purdue sideline on 2nd and short. Hall to the 40 and knifes his way forward. He will be short of the first down. 3rd and short. Albert Evans on the tackle. Well, when you Hall, Holman, Boren. And this is Hall straight ahead. Joe Holland tripped him up. Herron stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. To throw. Quick out off the hands of his fullback, Zach Boren. Buckeyes went no huddle quickly to the ball, and now they get the snap off, and the blitz is coming. Pressure. Got it away. First down to Hall, and Jordan Hall tries to spring it. Jordan Hall is in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And you saw right there, Braxton Miller was able to get the ball over the top of Quan Short in the hands of Jordan Hall. When you take a risk like that and bring your safeties trying to make a play, you've got to have everybody accounted for.
Here's Akeem Hunt. Hunt takes a hit but stays on his feet, cuts it up, and now he has a very fine return, but a flag comes in the tail end.
We have offsiding fouls on the play. Offsides, kicking team, number 2. We have a hold, receiving team, number 36. Those penalties offset, and we will re-kick.
So they'll try it again. You mentioned Raheem Mostert and that return team. One of the best return men in the nation. A booming kick that time all the way to the back of the end zone for Mostert. No chance for a return.
He was one of the best athletes for his size that I've ever seen.
Turbush wants to throw, and they get it out to Antavian Edison, and he's got room. And once again, Purdue's success has come outside the hash marks.
Trying to get his guys the ball out on the perimeter, both in the run game and the pass game.
Nickel defense still on the field for Ohio State with Tyler Moeller. Turbush steps out of pressure and tries to dump it underneath. That one nearly picked off and broken up by Travis Howard. So let me ask you, if a team continually is able to get to the perimeter and get to the edge, Travis Howard is playing a very physical cornerback today for Ohio State. He's been all over a couple of Purdue receivers. On 2nd down, here's a screen, and they work it inside again. Moeller popped it free, but it's recovered by Justin Siller. And it turns into a gain of almost 5 yards up front. Simon is out of the game. Solomon Thomas takes his spot for Ohio State. 3rd and 6. Play clock ran out, I believe.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
So Simon was still in the game, but they're getting Thomas some time inside. Simon was standing up that time, and that's something the coaches told us last week they want to do, is stand John Simon up. Why?
Well, because he's so athletic, and they want him to be able to get an eye on what's happening in the backfield right away. So just the fact that he's able to stand up and get a couple of feet taller than what he would be in his 3-point stance, he's able to read what's happening in the backfield. Because he's so experienced, he can figure out what's happening quickly between the quarterback and running back.
Ryan Shazier drops into coverage. Turbush over the middle. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Edison. Christian Bryant had that one. So after a hot start, Purdue has to punt it away again, and punting to Jordan Hall, who averages 6.5 yards per punt return. Drop snap, plenty of time to recover, and it turns into a great punt with hang time, and Hall can only take a fair catch. All right, thanks, Dave. Here in West Lafayette, Purdue leads Ohio State 10-7. Purdue first 2 possession, 21 plays and 10 points. Since then, 9 plays and 2 punts. And Braxton Miller at quarterback for the Buckeyes. Play action. Wants to throw. Now he's going to try to run. Flag on the play, and Miller gets taken down once again, and it's Kawan Short along with Ryan Russell. And Ohio State may get flagged for holding on this play as well.
Holding, offense, number 73. That penalty is declined. It results in second down.
As I mentioned, in my opinion, is one of the best defensive tackles we have in the conference.
Second and long. Here's Boom Herron, and Herron gets wrestled to the ground. Miller has time. Deep ball, man coverage, incomplete. 3 straight possessions. First 3 possessions ended in 3 and out. This is another boomer with the win from Buchanan, and loose ball. Graves Sandy covers it up at the 12-yard line. Marv taking over for Turbush, and straight ahead.
But if Turbush is playing well, they've got to ride the tempo of the game. But Purdue's offense has slowed down a little bit on their last couple of drives. Made it an easy decision to get Marv in the ballgame.
And now they're going backwards. Penetration up front from Michael Bennett, the talented freshman. Took down Mark Montgomery's squad out of Northern Illinois, the former Tom Izzo assistant. Marv to throw on 3rd down. He lets it go complete for a first down. O.J. Ross with another first down grab.
So some of the more difficult throws for many quarterbacks is much easier for him.
Sprint draw, but instead of going up the middle, Bolden tried to get outside.
And you talk about some of the guys that they've had. Of course, Chimdi Chekwa was the last one. He can be the next guy for the Buckeyes.
Pass complete to Justin Siller as Marv, the Miami transfer, goes to the air again. A pickup of 7. Marv started his career at Miami under Randy Shannon and lost his starting job to Ja'Cory Harris.
To hear him say that he felt that if Robert Marv wouldn't have had those injuries throughout his career, he very well could have been a first-round draft pick. He felt he was that good.
Crank cranks it up past the 45-yard line, and they thought he was that good coming out of a knee injury. Sidelined him, then he banged up his knee to start the season this year as well. Crank again takes it, and he takes it for a first down. Michael Bennett with the tackle.
When he gets into the game is you need to let him get a couple of first downs, because he's got the ability to move the offense down the field if he gets that confidence early. 9th
play of the drive, and Tavian Edison up the middle. No whistle. He stays on his feet, but there is a flag back at the 49-yard line.
Holding, offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty from the flag. Repeat, first down.
Garrett Goebel up front, who had 7 tackles in the win against Indiana last week. Ohio State brings that front 4. Marv gets it away, nearly picked off. Ryan Shazier tried to jump the route, but a flag as Marv took a pop. Bring a man in motion, and now a reverse, and it ends up in the hands of O.J. Ross. Marv tried to throw a block. Ross changes direction again, and he's got nowhere to go. He'll end up losing 5 yards, and that'll set up 2nd and long for Purdue.
But he runs into the 300-pound Adam Bellamy and lays a nice block.
And now Shavers takes it straight ahead, and he gashes Ohio State for a first down. Christian Bryant with the tackle. 11 plays on this drive already for Purdue and Robert Marv. Now the screen, Siller. And Siller stays on his feet, still going. Justin Siller inside the 10. What a run through traffic. And on the zone read, he hands it off. Touchdown, Purdue, Ralph Bolden. It was a low snap, but the hold was clean from Webster after he got it up. Hyde towards the sideline and brings it past the 20. Full head of steam, spins at the 25 up to the 28 to Steve Owens of Oklahoma. Herron brought down, and he is down as he nurses that right ankle, and out of the eye now after a gain of 1. Miller wants to throw, and he sets up and goes out of the backfield to Jordan Hall, and that'll set up 3rd down. 3rd down for Ohio State. Stoneburner in motion. Miller to throw. pressured, dropped, another sack for Purdue. This time it's Bruce Gaston. Off the foot of the Ray Guy Award candidate Ben Buchanan. Buchanan has the wind behind him. Come after it, and they nearly got it. Wow, what an effort by Purdue. Graves Sandy takes the long punt and has no chance for a return. Flag on the play as Graves Sandy was brought down.
Holding, receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
We saw the injuries to the offensive side for Ohio State. Now it seems like somebody on the defensive end is banged up. Let's check in with Lisa Byington down on the sideline.
Yeah, Tom, linebacker Andrew Sweat is going to be reevaluated here at the half. The training staff telling me over on the Ohio State side that he suffered some pain in his shoulder after taking a shot. He's feeling a little bit woozy, so they're going to reevaluate him at the half. I've been watching Boom Herron, too, walk up and down the sideline, trying to walk off that ankle, and I can say that he's limping less than when he came out.
And Travis Howard, who's getting attention on the sideline, is back in the game for Ohio State. At his cornerback spot. 1:20 to go in the second. Purdue likely second down. Edison would be wise to try and stay in bounds. He has nowhere to go, bottled up at the 10-yard line. And they will indeed run it. And they've got room. Shavers takes it forward. He'll be short of the first down. Pardon me, Ralph Bolden with the carry.
Obviously, a lot of experience, and his tutelage comes from his days with Woody Hayes.
Punter went down, no flag, and the ball will roll to a stop, and the clock will tick down. Evan Smith had the game winner against Wisconsin. We haven't called his name today. And the long pass to the sideline, out of bounds, complete to Smith. Jordan Hall is the running back. A lot of football to be played before we end up there, however, because right now Ohio State trails by 10. Miller has to run, and Miller will try to get out of bounds, and he'll buy time for one last play and just a little bit closer. He's hit 12 straight, but in his career only 4 of 8 outside of 40. 50-yard attempt with the win for Basil. And he got plenty of leg into it, but he pushes it wide right. Kicking with the win once again, and that one's out of the back of the end zone. And they start the half with Justin Siller taking a snap, and the zone read out of the Wildcat, and Akeem Shavers gets forward for just 1 yard.
And then Turbush, when he was in early on in the game, especially in the first quarter, he was very accurate passing the football, and they were to go up and down the field. This
is Shavers once again as he starts the second half instead of Bolden, and no gain for Shavers. Turbush on 3rd and long, incomplete. Siller, the intended receiver. Buckeyes nearly got to Webster in the second quarter. End over end kick takes a Purdue hop. And Ohio State, after forcing in to take the Wildcat snap, and he takes it forward for an Ohio State first down and more. Hall takes it all the way inside the 35-yard line before Ricardo Allen brings him down. To take the snap again, the quarterback Braxton Miller, top of the formation, split out wide. Again, straight ahead, Hall trying to work on this Purdue front four. Toss to Hyde, and Carlos Hyde had 100 yards plus against Indiana last week. A stiff arm helps him get out of bounds against Allen inside the 20. Let's check in once again with Lisa. Quick snap again. Hyde got popped at the line of scrimmage.
The last few weeks, I think that's part of the reason why we've seen Jordan Hall early on here in the third quarter.
Miller out of the pistol, gets chased back towards the line of scrimmage, and Kawan short. 3rd and 10. Miller 4 of 8 today, and Purdue didn't like what they saw, using a timeout here. 3rd and 10 for Ohio State. Miller pump fakes, wants to run, quarterback draw. Here he goes. Braxton Miller, first down, and he spins his way forward all the way down to the 6-yard line. Joe Holland
to let the Buckeyes into scoring territory.
Change up front. Muhort moved to right tackle. Corey Lindsley is in at right guard. The freshman Underwood on the bench here in the second half. Hyde cuts back behind the line, and he's immediately hit by Albert Evans. Second and goal. Miller option. Changes direction and wins the race to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. A little ad-lib for Braxton Miller and a 7-yard touchdown. Conclude their opening drive of the second half with a touchdown. This one a little bit shorter. And from the 3, it's Mostert. He's been fantastic this season. And he takes it all the way past the 25 and carries the pile with him thanks to a shove or two. Rack, look at this offense this year and wonder about the passing game. Oh my, almost picked off right in the numbers to C.J. Barnett.
I don't think he anticipated that ball going through the hands.
Flag on the play on the toss sweep. No gain on 2nd and 10. But it's easy to complain about this Ohio State offense and the lack of passing game. But Craig Krenzel in that last second win here threw it 5 times that game, if my numbers are right.
Well, we've already seen this year as well that you can win football games by not throwing it so often as long as you've got great defense and a really good running game.
Illegal shift, offense. 2 men moving at the snap. That penalty's declined. It results in 3rd down.
A lot of movement up front for Ohio State. 3rd and 10. They bring 4. Turbush over the middle. Edison's got it. Ducked out of the way.
And you mentioned Storm Klein was right there as well. Slid right through and ended up picking up the 1st down.
Shavers has nowhere to go. No gain for Sweat. Certainly hope he can get back sooner rather than later for the Buckeyes. A very important slate to close out the season. O.J. Ross with a pickup of 5.
And Jim Haycock had mentioned last week they tried to get him in the ball game, but it just didn't work out right. And as you mentioned, he's going to be getting a lot more snaps this afternoon now with the injury to Andrew Sweat.
Sweat shows blitz from the outside. He's coming to Turbush's blind side, and he got him. Loose football. Ohio State at the bottom of the pile as Shazier came from the blind side on Turbush. And they almost get the punt. No flag on the play. Again, Webster ended up on his backside. Once again, ran into his blocking back, who was
the recipe right now for Ohio State. It's both of those. It's his throwing and his running ability that's starting to heat up here in the 3rd quarter.
Boom Herron has returned to the field for Ohio State. First carry. Herron again hesitated for a moment and then surged forward to carry it for a 1st down. Dwayne Beckford wrapped him up. They split out Miller again. This is Herron taking the snap. And Herron, nice cutback at the line of scrimmage. And Miller's getting into it at the top of the formation. Miller back under center. Rolls, fires, deep, incomplete. Devin Smith, 3rd and 7. He can get the last word with an Ohio State comeback. Ryan Russell ran on the field last moment for Purdue on 3rd down. And whistle stopped the play. And Miller gets a hug from Russell.
Delay a game. Offense. Number 5. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Miller 4 of 9. 79 yards through the air. And another flag. And Ohio State moved.
Ball start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
3rd and 17. Miller deep down the sideline, and this one too much air underneath it. It should be noted Ohio State scored on its first possession of the second half. Now Buchanan kicks it away to Gravesandy, and he immediately gets swarmed, and a flag at the tail end.
Holding. Receiving team. Number 8. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
And 2 good drives to close the second quarter for the Boilermakers. Over the middle, caught on the slant. Crosby right, and the ball came loose, taken away by Shazier. Shazier finds the loose ball, and Ohio State has possession at the 31-yard line.
After further review, the receiver caught the ball, got one knee down before the ball came loose. Purdue's ball, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line on the left hash.
Before their loss on the road near South Beach. 3-yard gain on 1st down for Ralph Bolden.
Try to get some pressure on the quarterback, get some stuffs in the hole on the running backs.
This is Crank, the fullback, who gets wrestled to the ground after a gain of 4. Shazier comes in the blitz again from the blind side, delivers a pop, and that will draw a flag. The pass was incomplete. Howard was there to back it up, but Shazier.
We have multiple fouls on the play against the defense. Holding, defense, number 7. That penalty's declined. Roughing the passer, number 10, defense. That's a 15-yard penalty that results in an automatic 1st down.
Turbush, straight drop, deep ball, has a man wide open. 1st down, Purdue. Justin Siller got behind Tyler Moeller. 31-yard gain.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense, number 86 was covered up, went downfield on a pass beyond the line. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
That outside receiver is on the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 15, Turbush trying to throw again, and that was dangerous. Bryant on the cover, just hauled in. And it's hauled in by Gabe Holmes, a sophomore from Miramar, Florida, for a pickup of 13. After the big grab by the tight end. And Bolden brought down by Sabino and Klein. No gain for the Purdue passing game. And he wants to throw again. Rolls out. Complete. Purdue 1st down. Justin Siller with the grab. Travis Howard with the coverage. Each week, even though you may not see those results, and nowhere to run straight up the middle for Ralph Bolden, and he certainly looks comfortable on this drive. Play action. They've rolled him right a number of times in this drive, and that ball is incomplete. Intended receiver was Crosby Wright, coming across the defense. Ryan Shazier with the coverage. And Ohio State without one of their best cornerbacks right now. Dominic Clark is in for Travis Howard. Bottom of the screen. Head-to-head with Justin Siller. Turbush on 3rd down. Has time. Now steps up on the run. And he finds the Ohio State sideline. Mike Grable was the only open man, and that will bring up 4th and 10. And so they will punt it away. This one looked ugly off the foot. It might be a great finish for Purdue, and it is. Downed by Logan Link at the 6-yard line. 28-yard punt. Braxton Miller lined up as a wide receiver on the right side. And Herron made the first man miss, lowers his shoulder to take it to the 10, and there is a flag.
Holding, offense, number 88. Penalties half the distance to the goal. We will repeat, 1st down.
That's Reed Fragel. Let me ask you this. In hindsight, with Ohio State using multiple running backs in a wildcat formation, taking direct snap, isn't Braxton Miller in many ways just as good in that situation if you're going to run a draw play?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, but when you get a guy like Boom Herron and the ball comes directly into his hands, I don't have a problem with that either. I know where you're going with it, Tom, that he's got the ability, Braxton Miller does, to make a play. But if you get the opportunity to put a direct snap in Boom Herron's hands, I don't have any problems with that.
And so Herron carries it over the right side to try to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to get a play off, it looks like, before the quarter comes to an end. Herron hit in the backfield, scrambles forward for perhaps a yard. Braxton Miller had trouble throwing with the wind on deep balls in the 3rd. Jordan Hall is in the backfield next to the freshman quarterback. Purdue shows blitz, they back off. Miller steps up, wants a deep ball, lets it go, gets crushed, and that ball is incomplete. Coverage downfield by Logan Link. They don't come after this one. And into the wind A wobbler. Gravesandy waves everybody off. Purdue will have fantastic field position at the 44-yard line after a 35-yard punt. Handoff. Plenty of room. First down carry for Ralph Bolden. Pickup of 13. Here's a pitch going the opposite way. Bradley Roby comes up to make the stop. First carry for Pegram. He is bottled up by Garrett Goebel and company. And nowhere to go will bring up third. Marv has time, lets it go deep, and overthrows his would-be receiver Justin Siller. And that'll bring up fourth down. Got it. Nice and easy for Carson Wiggs.
Go right through the uprights. It's under it a little bit.
And a chance for an Ohio State return, and Jordan Hall takes it straight ahead. Now tries to work outside and takes it out to the 20. Nice return for Jordan Hall. Toss to Herron. Got a man in front to block for him, but gets submarine for a loss of a couple by Joe Holland. He wants to throw. Here comes a weak side blitz. Miller steps up and steps right into a sack.
But when he goes at the best of his ability, there's very few offensive linemen that can slow him down.
Quarterback draw. You can see this one coming. Miller bounces it on 3rd and 15, and he gets forward for an Ohio State first down. Pickup of 17 on 3rd and long.
To be able to get just enough yards to pick up the first down.
Jordan Hall takes a direct snap. He has nowhere to go. There's a lot of different reasons for that. Obviously, a freshman quarterback for the most part. Young receivers and injured receivers. DeVere Posey still has yet to return for Ohio State. And now second down. Miller has plenty of time. And on the run, caught. Great hands. And an Ohio State first down by T.Y. Williams, a redshirt freshman out of East Cleveland, Ohio, in Shaw High School. Quarterback again. Miller split out to the bottom, and Hall dragged down by Dwayne Beckford. No gain.
Anytime you get those guys back there, you can almost anticipate that you're going to get a running play.
Miller scrambles on 2nd and long, lets it go, had a man incomplete. Stoneburner had 4 touchdowns the first 2 weeks. He's had 4 catches in the 7 games since. Miller takes off. Has a chance, makes a man miss, and Braxton Miller again carries it for a first down. Yardage total accounts for sacks as well. And this is Carlos Hyde, sophomore from Naples, Florida, takes it up to the 39-yard line. Miller steps back, lets it go, incomplete. Both on Braxton Miller's legs. 28 yards rushing on this drive. Receiver jumped. Slot receiver.
False start. Number 80. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Miller wants to throw on this 3rd and long. A wobbler incomplete. Ben Buchanan, one of the best in the nation at killing punts inside the 10, and Gravesandy rushes up to take it at the 15. 20-14 Purdue.
They got some timely stops on defense, and Turbush and Marv have combined well to put points on the board.
Trying to set the screen to Edison. He changes direction and has the sideline. Robert Marv back in for quarterback. Injured Buckeye player shaken up on that first down play. Dan Herron left the game with an injury earlier. And so Hankins slowly to his feet will be helped off to the Ohio State sideline. Been one of the best in the nation over the last few years in takeaways. 2nd and 5. Robert Marv at quarterback. Edison. Now a handoff to Bolden. And Bolden gets met by C.J. Barnett.
So interesting to see how it'll go throughout the rest of the ballgame without having those guys in there.
O.J. Ross trying to get out of there. Nowhere to go. Bradley Roby fought through Edison's block to take out Ross. And so Purdue forced to punt it away. Buckeyes come after it in a low line drive. Handled at the 30 by Hall. And 3 Boilers immediately converge on Hall. Boom Herron, left side. He's got room, and Herron takes it to midfield and all the way down to the 45-yard line. Herron now taking the snap. He will take it straight ahead behind Boren, and now stretched it a little bit, and he picks up 3 yards. Miller throws on the run, hits his receiver, complete for an Ohio State first down. Evan Spencer. 1st and 10. Ohio State trying to come back in this thing, trailing by 6. Herron wrapped up after a strong run and a gain of a few. Here it's been a struggle for Ohio State to get their offense going, specifically the passing game, but on this drive Herron starting to move some piles with his legs. And here's Boom Herron again, and he's got room left side. Herron takes it to the 21-yard line. Hall is now in a tailback. 3rd and 1. Boren the fullback. Boren leads the way. Hall needed to get to the 20, and that's the 2nd time he's converted on a 3rd and short. And they got it by 2 stripes.
Gives Ohio State a fresh set of downs.
Another Wildcat snap for Hall. To the right side and spins forward to create more yardage. Good job yards after contact. Logan Link brings him down, a gain of 8. And now they flip-flop. And Uhort goes over to the left side. A lot of movement up front. Uhort now at left tackle. Flag on the play. Herron inside the 10, inside to the 5.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Miller showed option, stays on his feet, gets taken down at the 20-yard line, and that is Ryan Russell. And so Ohio State catches a break here as Russell goes down, and they stop the clock to tend to the injury. Now on 3rd and 8, the clock isn't a major issue, but if Ohio State is able to convert, then it might come into play. That will start the clock before the snap. Stoneburner flops sides. Miller, quarterback draw. Miller hit, and he goes down to bring up 4th down. Jordan Hall is the running back. They like to use him out of the backfield as a receiver. Miller, plenty of time, dancing, hurdles his own man. Off balance, chucks it, got it! Ohio State touchdown! Basil's perfect on extra points this year for the lead. Blocked off the crossbar! Are you kidding me? A line drive that didn't clear more than 3 yards high, taken by Mostert, and Mostert gives him good field position all the way out to the 38-yard line. In place of Caleb Turbush as they turn to the passing game. 5 wide receivers, lets it go, complete for a first down for Purdue, and Ralph Bolden into Ohio State territory. They have one of the best kickers in the nation. Out of the timeout, Marv. Deep ball into coverage, picked off. Orion Johnson playing center field, and he takes it away. Wiggs won't get a chance.
I mean, you want to just try to pick up 5-10 yards. You can run a couple of plays. They still had 2 timeouts left. Interesting that they took that chance.
Herron taken down at the 15-yard line. Overtime. In the backfield, and Herron Travis turned it up in the fourth quarter and beyond, but he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Will Lucas. So Ohio State has struggled throwing the ball rack. They've done a good job late in this game with the run game.
Get a little bit deeper into Purdue territory.
Play action, as you said. Miller sets up, looked at Stoneburner, now takes off the opposite way. Stiff arm won't get him anywhere. They may not need a first down, but they need some yardage here. Drew Basil's long as 47. It would be 48 from here just to get on the board. Quarterback draw, anybody? Miller wants to throw. Lets it go. Caught. First down, Ohio State. Short of the first down. T.Y. Williams came back to get the football. He was beyond the 15, but came back to grab it.
But an ever so important field goal opportunity for Ohio State.
33-yard attempt. Basil is perfect this season inside 40. And Ohio State able to get on the board first. The kick is good from Drew Basil. 23-20 here in overtime. And Purdue will get a crack at it. Basil had made every one of his extra points this season until then. Robert Marv still in the game at quarterback. He threw an interception to close regulation. Caleb Turbush started the game, started the second half. Play action to start overtime, and Marv throws it complete inside the 20-yard line to Justin Siller. Second down. Handoff Bolden. Bolden met. Drop. No gain. Maybe a loss of a yard. Garrett Goebel was up front, along with Michael Bennett.
But can Robert Marv make a big play at a crucial point in this ball game?
3rd and 4. Timeout Purdue. Right now would hold the tiebreaker against Wisconsin, thanks for that fourth quarter comeback against the Badgers. 3rd and 4. Marv pressured. Now he's going to try and run with it, and looking for the first down. Physically fights his way to move the chains for Purdue. A pickup of 6 on this talented defense, but now Purdue trying to win it in overtime. First down, Marv, quarterback draw, and Marv picks up a couple. Storm Klein comes in to take Marv down.
But let Robert Marv take a shot and see if he can't get into the end zone.
He's run it twice here. Setting up the screen. Catch made. Nowhere to go, and they lose yardage on the second down play. Siller. 3rd and 12. Marv looks downfield to the end zone. Caught. First down, Purdue. Hustling out of bounds at the 1 is Gary Bush. And Purdue has a chance for its second straight home upset against Ohio State.
The previous play is under further review.
They're going to
the
check.
ruling on the field is out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
You're going to check the spot on the completion.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. There was a catch, and the ball's out of bounds at the half-yard line. First down.
Catch made, foot down. Wisconsin, Minnesota coming your way next. But here, overtime. Crank the fullback, Bolden the tailback. Purdue trying to knock off Ohio State, and they empty the backfield. Marv may keep. Quarterback sneak. He's in. Touchdown, Purdue. And the Boilermakers upset Ohio State for the second straight time at home.
You think this coach is happy? He's got the hat on backwards now.
You're my boy, man.
Put this one into words for me, Coach.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. We really needed it as a football team. You know, we have a lot of goals and aspirations to do good in school and have fun and to become champions, and it keeps our postseason hopes alive. And if we can get into postseason play and win the bowl game, we can still be champions. So big win for the Boilermakers. Huge weekend here this weekend. We opened up our Mackey Arena project, and we had tons of Boilermaker fans back in town this weekend. So Boiler up, great day to be a Boilermaker.
Take me through your decision to let Robert Marv win this football game for you.
Well, I think Robert played really well today. He had some big drives. He's been very competitive. You know, I'm good with him or Caleb in there. Caleb got a shot a little bit earlier in the game. He wasn't sure exactly how effective he was going to be, and Robert was hot today, so that was a big deal.
You guys are now 5-1 at home. You are a different football team here in West Lafayette. How do you figure this football team out?
Well, we've had some really tough competition on the road, and sometimes in the Big Ten, sometimes it's not who you play, excuse me, but when you play them and where you play them at. And we've had some really tough competition on the road against some great teams and some tough situations. So we're better back at home, no doubt about it, and just a big win today.
Thanks for the time. Enjoy the win.
Thank you. Absolutely.